Hi everyone, Donn here. Welcome to another episode of Uncle Don's Dhamma, our ninth one. Still in the first 10 here, it's pretty cool. Thanks for coming by. I'm Donn, aka Uncle Donn, aka Donn with two N's. This is my channel, welcome to it. A rest stop on the Dhamma path. A place to take a knee and catch your breath from going out there into the world and going against the stream. It is not that easy, is it? No, not in the 2020s. It's just not that easy. This is a place, this is at my kitchen table here. Just me and the laptop. I invite you to have a seat, have a tea or a coffee. Take a load off. No smoking though, please. Thank you. It's nice to have you drop by. This is not a place to learn meditation. Rather, it's just a discussion of what comes to mind. Stream of consciousness with each one of these episodes. Unscripted. Literally unscripted. There's no script even on the screen. I don't type in these. It is just off the cuff. And it is the week beginning August 17th, 2026, Tuesday evening. Don't usually do these in the evening, and I apologize for the light being a little strange because it's usually morning here in the kitchen table studio here. I'm going to retreat tomorrow though, so I'm not going to have time to do this. What to talk about? It's been a real interesting couple of weeks to get here to mid-August, and I've had a lot on my mind, and I've seen a lot of things, and there's a lot of tension that's really come to a head collectively this month. It seems like it's sort of the high watermark of summer and all that, and there's a lot of shifts happening. What I want to say, what I'm driving at is I think it's just the beginning. I'm not psychic, but I have very strong intuition, and I see that what we've experienced in the first 2/3 of this year is nothing compared to what we're going to experience over the next year and the end of this year. Don't know exactly how and don't know exactly what, but things are changing so fast, and there's also an area of mystique about it all. There's a fog about what's really going on, and I'm not talking conspiracies. I'm talking about reality. I'm just talking about what reality is going to present itself in the fall of this year. There's no telling, but I'm intuiting that it's going to make the beginning of this year just look like some kind of shoddy rehearsal. What we're going to be facing. Emphasis on the word facing. Yeah, that's what I want to talk about. In the Dhamma, we don't talk about how bad things are. The Buddha would maybe make it clear that things are bad or, problematic in this way or that, only to make a point. And so we like to talk about how to face things properly. These words, skillful versus unskillful. The Eightfold Path, the laundry list of things to do skillfully. we aspire to do skillfully. There's so much tension out there in the world, always has been, but it's so animated right now. It's palpable, and going against the stream as we do, what do we do about this? It can be confusing because we may want to suit up in a suit of armor and say, it's not the same out there. No one's going to get to me. Leave me alone. Even if we're a meditator, shut the door behind us fast and shut ourselves in when we get home, or whatever secure tactics we reach for, ways of security. And that's still not the path. It's not the path. That's why the path is considered to be so challenging, yet it's also essential. Let's not forget it's the middle path. So I want to talk about cultivating peace of mind. There's this word upeka, equanimity, that means having a balanced mind and finding some love in the face of the suffering of the world and the inevitable cycle of death and rebirth. It's a tall order, and I'm talking about something a little smaller than that, but that leads to that. And what that is can we start by having some equanimity with ourselves in our own place? So let's just call it serenity. The scroll behind me is from the Japanese temple in Kaneohe, Oahu, Hawaii. It says serenity. We're not going to find serenity out in the world. The world is on fire, says the Dhammapada. And that was a metaphorical statement at the time. Today, it's also factual. Both things are existing when it comes to that statement. The world is on fire. And we have to find our way going through it. So what to do? Obviously, we're supposed to meditate continuously, follow precepts, try to adhere to them to the best of our ability. But, one mentor of mine said, you got to have compassion for yourself. And she was the first person to ever say that to me personally. And I was like, yeah, this is how we talk. Of course, have compassion for yourself. But I thought about it. It was a deep cut. Do I have compassion for myself? Have I ever thought? Do I have any? Have I ever set the intention to have some at any given point in time? And the answers kept coming up. I don't know. I'm not sure. And that bothered me. Compassion is, as you know, even if you know very little about the Dhamma, that's just like the first word. Oh, compassion. That's what those people do, right? That was kind of scary. I thought I had to think on that for a couple more years. we have to have compassion for ourselves. Just like we have to find some peace before we could share our peace with others in the world. I've been going through this right now. I want to really unleash some compassion and peace. Send it some people's way who need it right now. I know they need it right now. And I keep coming back to this. So do I. Maybe we need to start there. So do I. Sometimes I'm the last person I want to give compassion to. That's a bitter pill. It's a bitter pill. When we practice metta, after sitting, in an hour-long sit, we have to start with ourselves because we're incapable of sharing it with the world, having not tuned into it ourselves yet. And isn't that interesting? That seems to be the way that it has to work with the rest of the Brahma Viharas. We have to allow ourselves some compassion and say, I'm having a rough time. I don't know what's going on. I'm spread thin. These are tough times. I need to rest. But it's quite significant if we do that, if we do any of those things. It's also easier said than done. We could say, yeah, self-compassion. It's like when I've had people talk about self-talk. You really need to try good self-talk. And it's, yeah, good self-talk. I have an entire banker's box full of better self-talk photocopies, right? Yeah, you gonna use them? Have you tried them? Right. So we want serenity in our lives. We want peace in our environment. I'm sitting here in my home, very beautiful location that it is, but I have to fill it full of serenity. I have to find peace here for myself to have it. And then I carry that out into the world. I can't be tense here, dark here, isolating here and expect to bring anything but out into the world. We are what we eat, are we not? Yeah. So, whatever your word would be on the scroll, maybe it's peace. There was one that said love. There was one that said some other, all of these great words. What's the one for you? What's your favorite word that you would want to put on your wall? Well, why don't you start thinking about living that? So you can carry it into the world. As mentioned in the last video, heart in our hands. That's what we're really supposed to do. That's really going against the stream, is walking out into the world with our heart in our hands for all to see, to share with all, just like Thich Nhat Hanh liked to do. And just like His Holiness, the Dalai Lama, claims is his mission in this avatar that he's has down here on earth in this incarnation. A minister of compassion for the world. We are too. All we have to do is say we are. Agree we are. It starts every morning. Something to think about for the week. May you all have a blessed week filled with loving kindness and free from hindrances that hold back your beautiful, precious heart from sharing it with the world. The hurdles that keep you blocked in fear from sharing your precious joy with the world. May we all have peace and harmony. Have a good week, folks. Thank you for coming by. Appreciate you.